Yo, what's poppin'? You are kicking it with the coldest podcast in the world. We are the Porch. I am your host, B. Jones, a.k.a. Bolo, and you know I couldn't do it without the coldest co-host in the world.
It's your boy D-Nail, a.k.a. Big Smitty. Now time be the city where I'm from. We here live, the Porch.
Let's get it, man. Happy hump day, man. You know we got to get straight to it, man. First on the dock, should there really be an age limit on contact sports? I don't know. Rumor has it is they trying to get rid of football at an early age.
Man, that's crazy, bro. Next up on the dock, we going to talk about does not having a father growing up at a young age affect you as a man? I don't know, man. We got a lot of big topics on that. How we going to ring off that, man? And then next up, we got a new segment. We going to congratulate someone who's doing some big things around the state, around the world. Huge shout out to this person. Stay tuned. You'll know much more who we talking about.
And it's going down, man. Like I said, we are the Porch. And do not forget, at the end, we got the final five, man. We're going to bring back this or that. Hope y'all tune in, man. Let's get it. Let's go, man. Enough of that. We going straight into it, man. I really like that cat. What's that cat name?
My boy Black Youngster, man. He a silly cat, man. We make some good music, man, for real.
He damn near real good though, for real. I like his videos on Instagram. They pretty good.
Yeah, he be acting the fool, man. He just being himself. I fuck with it heavy.
So down to business, man. First topic on the dock, man. I'm really hearing all this stuff from state to state that they really trying to put an age limit on contact sports. I say contact sports, but they really pinpointing football.
Right.
I think this is a big topic, and it can possibly snowball effect. You know what I mean? A lot of people that I know start football at a very early age, and it develops motor skills, it develops friendships, it develops a mentality to do things on your own or do things within a team environment, discipline, accountability. There's so many things that the game of football can bring to the table at an early age that can develop you down the road. I guess, what do you think about that?
No, that's true, man. I mean, I couldn't agree even more, man. Like, football taught me much more than, I don't know, a person or a teacher could have ever taught me, man. Like you said, just that teamwork, that perseverance, that hard work, that discipline more than anything. Those are tools and traits that, I'm going to carry on the rest of my life. And I give that to football. But, to see both sides of it, as a parent, I do understand, man, like, wow, you don't want to put your kid in a situation where he's could possibly get hurt or get injured or, with all these concussions going on, man, those are long-term effects.
Yeah, I understand that, but I think it's just like with anything, you have those negative aspects, and if you play like you're about to get hurt, you're going to get hurt, I think It's different things that they put in place, certain modifications as far as, all of these different alterations they're making to the helmet to make it safer, obviously practicing different tackling drills that allow you to, make form, nice, hard tackles without, coming into contact with the head. So it's a lot of ways to, get that type of, stuff out there.
Safety.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I think taking it away, period, will be detrimental to a lot of people. And then starting at 12 years old, it'll hurt, but I think it'd be bad. Me personally, I started playing football at the age of 6 years old,
right? And
I still have a few of my friends till this day that I started playing football with, and it's the little things like that people don't notice. Like, it's not just about a football thing; it could be any sport. But I think football in general kind of teaches you, especially for a young man growing up, just toughness. You have to work hard.
Right.
Football is just different. I don't know what you think.
No, I agree, man. It teaches you so much. It's kind of like, it's going to sound weird, but the sport, the game of itself is kind of like a parent. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, because it teaches you a lot of things that a parent wants to put in you as a child or as a young man. Like I said earlier, that discipline, that teamwork, perseverance more than anything, because you're going to lose for sure. No matter how good you are, you're going to lose, your individual battle, the game, the whatever. So you got to learn how to bounce back. Learn how to take a loss, and learn that at an early age, man, can really prepare you for the long haul, because you're going to lose in life.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So it's huge.
And to add that, I think when it comes to, wanting to really play football at the next level, and a lot of kids, obviously starting young, you got a fresh mindset. You don't have no idea what college is like in high school and stuff like that. But I think starting kids at an early age, getting those motor skills together, getting the fundamentals and the basics right at an early age will kick these kids off, to have a successful, junior high, football games, high school, and then everything just kind of continues to grow on to college, NFL, or what have you.
No, that's definitely true. Like you said earlier, you started at a real young age. Me, I didn't start playing football until 8th grade. Not because my mom was scared about the contact, just because we couldn't afford it, all the shoulder pads and all that stuff. But I do feel like I was definitely behind when I first started because I was a horrible football player, being honest. I was like on like the C team at the beginning. I didn't get no clock. So I was just being real, man. So I had to really learn quick, and thank God he put me in a situation where I had great coaches and really great teammates around me to where I didn't have a choice but to level up. But I do agree, man, if you start at a young age, at least the basic skills as far as like know how to tackle properly, know how to handle contact, know how to do little things like that, it gives you a long way.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, it's good that people are catching this thing they call CTE now at this age where you got kids, growing up and wanting to play football at the next level, high school, college, NFL. I think, with all these doctors and all this research and stuff, I think it should be ways that you could possibly rectify, how people do the game without completely altering the game. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Obviously, you got them crazy game changers where, you got a player come across the middle on a slant or running across the middle, and
he trying to kill you.
A safety want to make a play. He going to make a play. That's the game. And I think that's what, people love about the game, of how gritty and dirty it can get. Right. But it's within the you know what I'm saying, the lines of fairness.
That's true, man, for sure. And it's crazy that they're targeting and focusing just on youth football. I know, you were speaking, earlier today. Like, what about like youth boxing?
Yeah,
they're purposely targeting the head to hurt you. Like, what do you think about that?
I think it's crazy because I feel like boxing is a big deal, but the numbers are not as big as football, so they always kind of point out football. And then lately, it's been so many older players from back in the day in the NFL having these CTE cases. But let's talk about the Muhammad Ali's of the world. You know what I mean? Taking all those headshots. I feel like in boxing, I feel like the main goal is to get the headshot. I feel like that's the bonus. You know what I mean? In football, you get a headshot, okay, it's a clap on the back. But I feel like people in boxing their main goal is to get headshots.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Now, that's true. Because like you said, in football, at the end of the day, we're just trying to get the person down. There's cases where you, like you said earlier, you want to get that big hit, that you want to get that highlight, but at the end of the day, we're trying to get that person down, stop them from scoring, stop them from getting that first down, whatever. Boxing, the goal is to hurt you. And they're starting at a young age. They don't say anything about that, man. It has to be some effects from boxing. If we really do some research, I would assume there has to be some cases with CTE or whatever, concussions, something from boxing. There has to be.
And I don't have kids, but best believe my kids will be playing at an early age, man, because it just brings so much more to the table. And that kind of goes along with our next topic that we'll like to hit on. I really feel like having football too, especially for a single mother, putting a kid in football, it brings that second parent into play, like you mentioned earlier, like that father figure, that someone is to be tough on you and teach you discipline. And along those lines, I guess tell us a little bit more about our second topic.
Yeah, man, like I said, topic number 2 we really want to dig deep in is, does not having a father as a child, does that affect your actions as a man? And this is more so for, obviously, there are male viewers here, and I know it's kind of a touchy topic here, but it's we got some of our opinions about it, man, and there's a lot of areas we can go off of it, man. Just in general, I guess, what are your initial thoughts on that? Not having a father, can it really affect you?
I think so, and to be quite honest and frank here, I can't speak, me personally, on the specifics of how a man can grow up without a father, because I was fortunate enough to have a 2-parent homes, so I can speak to the positivity that my father had brought to my life, and I can just imagine, what a kid lacks not having that. You know what I mean? And a lot of people pretty much disagree with me, but there are certain instances where you do have a mother-based home, and she has 2 daughters, and this is the only man in the house. This kid has to act as the man in the house. It has to be some type of feeling that he feels growing up that he's missing. You know what I mean? So when it comes to doing the manly things, or treating women, paying bills, having those type of responsibilities, obviously the mother can do as much as she can to teach him, how to grow up being a man.
Right.
But you still lacking, that father figure, and I feel like that plays a big part. I mean, I guess what do you feel about that?
I think that is true, and I do agree with you to an extent. But at the same time, I do want to start this off by saying I don't want to use that as an excuse to to the males, the fathers, the husbands, what have you, who are not taking care of business. Because at the end of the day, I think when it comes to paying bills and treating your woman the right way, taking care of your kids, you may not know every specific detail on how to go about that, but you got common sense and you know what's right and wrong.
I understand that. I feel like a lot of people just automatically assume people have common sense, though. Like, right. for instance, you know what I mean? If you have a kid that is in between the ages of 6 and 12 years old, that is when the brain is operating the most. It's becoming a sponge. It's seeing what it see. It is doing what it likes. Right. If I have a mother in a fatherless home, and I'm seeing all of this stuff operate, how is he gonna be able to operate from a man's perspective? How is he supposed to know how to operate from a man's perspective if he's never seen that?
No, that's true, man. Like I said, I do agree with your underlying point in basically saying I do think it does have an effect on that child. Like you said, there's certain specific things that when you become a man, if you've never seen a man do it, then it's like, well, I don't really know the exact way to do it. Like maybe you know that X needs to be done, but you don't know the best way to do that. Does that make sense?
Right. And I feel like that proves my point as to growing up, men are actually behind the 8 ball that potentially grow up without a father figure in the house.
Right.
I'm a big component of, just because you are 21 or 18 years or older, that doesn't make you a man. Certain situations do come and you have to act as a man, but certain responsibilities, taking care of your family, paying your bills, treating women right. I feel like when you see a lot of men out here doing the opposite of what they're supposed to be doing, I feel like sometimes it can result to a lack thereof of a father and somebody teaching them the steps of doing this. It's kind of like riding a bike. I mean, it's so simple, but if you're not teaching people the ways and how to do it, obviously it's going to either be trials and tribulation where they're just, finding themselves and learning through, or some people are going to be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to just do however I'm going to do. And obviously, like you said, people can use that as a crutch and make excuses.
Yeah, no, that's true. I got a question for you though. Like I know when you were speaking earlier, like we have friends who grew up in fatherless homes, and we both have friends who, still today are in a kind of positive light. Like they're successful. They went to some college. They're good jobs, taking care of their girlfriend or their wife, and they didn't have a father. So I guess my question for you is, what do you think the difference was between those men and some of the other men who grew up fatherless and they're just in the streets or what have you?
And that's a good question. And don't get me wrong, man. This is just what I see and what I think. Obviously, everybody's entitled to their own opinions. But when I see certain stuff out in our society, I feel like that's what it results to. But to answer your question, I feel like I got a couple friends that are very successful that grew up, with all sisters and a mother, and they're very successful. I feel like a lot of my friends, and I can only speak to that because this is what I've seen.
Right.
They have that it factor. They have that factor where they don't need an alarm clock to wake them up. They already have goals and aspirations and things they want to attain in life to go get. So that gives them that it factor to go get it.
How do you get that though? Is it something you're just born with?
No, I don't think you were born with it, but I think it's something internally. Now, I think a lot of kids who don't have that it factor that, needs the alarm clock, needs to be pushed, needs to be motivated, needs to be told when to do this and when to do that. I think that's the most important part where you implement a father into the case to pretty much push that kid to the next level, make him uncomfortable, make him do things outside of his comfort zone to make him better.
Right.
Obviously, outliers, you do have certain people who have, co-parents or people who are like uncles or grandparents or just an older dominant male figure in their life as an influence. But for the people who don't have that and the people who are not self-motivated and can't do things on their own, I really think need a father. And when they don't have that father figure in their life, that puts them behind the 8 ball when they grow old and have to go into society and do the things that they need to do to succeed.
No, I agree. I think that definitely, it makes sense, man. Like I said, I do believe ultimately it does play a role in situations. I guess so. I mean, just, and this is a tough question. I know it's kind of there's a lot of ways to go with it, but what's the way to solve this problem? You think? Like, is it just at some point like men's got to step up. You know,
I think it is. I mean, obviously, you can't control situations if a father is being incarcerated or just certain situation is not allowing the father to see his kids. Obviously, it's a lot of situations you can't control. But for either party, when I'm talking about parents here. Like I said, football, man. Like I think that's a big thing that you should put your kids in. Putting your kids in stuff early, organized sports early, teaching that time management, that discipline, working within the team. You know what I mean? Having people work together to attain a common goal, stuff like that. And obviously, a lot, especially in Indy, Chicago, what have you. A lot of people are starting finally to step up and become just mentors to kids and things like that.
Right.
And what I'm seeing is, the people are stepping up now. It's just a matter of time for the parents to finally put those kids in those type of programs to kind of get that teaching and get that knowledge. Because the world is not perfect. You're not gonna have everybody on the same page. You know what I'm saying? But I think it will be definitely an important factor in our society if we do have kids starting to grow up with a dominant male figure in their life. Right. Now, and I even got the question that they said. We were talking about it last night. Somebody said, so what if, the kid grows up in a 2-parent household, the father is there, but he's not doing anything. In my case, I think without a father if the father is there and he's not doing nothing and helping the kid grow and achieve the things that he wants to grow and help this kid be a man, then obviously you are just...
That's almost worse to me.
It's worse. You know what I'm saying?
I'd rather you not be there.
Exactly. It's like you're not there. You're invisible. Then if you're not helping the development of I'm all messed up today. of the child, the kid. I don't understand.
Nah, but like going back to what you said earlier, you said when you're between the ages of like 6 and 12 is like you use the simile, you're a sponge. You're soaking up everything you see. So you're seeing a man that's not taking care of responsibility. He's not treating your mom the right way. He's not paying bills. He's not taking care of his kids. You're gonna soak that up,
and it's gonna become a snowball effect.
Exactly, and I do see that. But I will say it all depends on how you're wired. Because the way I'm wired is I like to like evaluate a situation. Pick out, what's good about it, what's bad about it, and make sure, like, for example, if I was in that situation and I'm seeing my father's not taking care of responsibilities, when I get older, I want to prove people wrong and let people know, I know what's the wrong way to be a man. Right. So I'm going to do opposite what my father did. Absolutely. You know what I mean? So, absolutely. But like you said, everybody's not wired that way for whatever reason. You can't judge. Like I said, everyone takes care of a situation in a different way, but that's just kind of how I'm wired. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely. And I feel like it's so many different type of topics we can talk about underneath this umbrella of just kind of growing up and coming into your own and being a man. One thing I do want to touch on briefly about this is evolution. Obviously in the rap game, with just the hip hop culture, tight pants have become a style and a trend, so much to the point where, people are wearing, damn near capris, and people are getting their noses pierced, and people are wearing different color hair, and just having all this weird type of stuff going on that kind of if anything feminizes the male species. Gotcha. I guess what do you think about that? And to my knowledge, I believe that that is because growing up with just a mother in the home, or maybe just all sisters or all girls, pretty much feminizes the male. It makes them act that way.
That could play a role. Like I said, I don't know. I didn't grow with all women, so I couldn't be the person with that knowledge. But in my opinion, I think it's just about people just trying to be, I guess, unique. Like, for example, I don't know, Lil Uzi got a very strange style, obviously. It's very different, but it works for him. And I think, he's a popular performer, popular artist, so his fans see him, especially the younger crowd, and they're like, man, I want to dress like him. I want to be like him. And there's a trickle-down effect. So I think people are just followers, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean, we all, if we're being honest with ourselves, we're all followers to some degree, Yeah,
I agree.
You might see somebody with an AP on their wrist or 2 chains, and they, talking about all this money, and you want to flex just like them. So to me, I think it's just about social media. Really, I think plays a role in seeing people who do dress that way and really just kind of mimicking them and wanting to be them.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, I think just people want to just catch the wave and
let's catch the wave.
I think that plays a big part. But I mean, something in the back of my mind saying that obviously it does feminizes the male. And I think to me, I think it does contribute to how you were brought up.
It could, man, but I feel like fashion has kind of just changed.
Yeah, fashion is just
back in
early
2000s, man, people was wearing these real big baggy suits. I remember the 2003 NBA draft. I think is when LeBron and D Wade and all them got drafted. They took a group picture. They were all in their suits draft day. And they was all wearing like 5XL suits on, man.
Yeah.
And then you see a picture now of like all of them, and everything's fitted. You know, you see D Wade got the suit to stop at the calf muscle and no socks on. Like, it's just different now. So I mean, you know, to each his own. To each his own. That's really the only thing I can say about it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I feel like this topic is something we can talk about all day. And definitely let us know what you think, man. You know, I know a lot of people in my family that is currently. You know, just kind of going through the situations as far, not even my family, but some of my friends who are single, grew up in a single parent household, have been doing awesome, doing well. So shout out to y'all. You know what I mean? Keep going, keep doing y'all thing.
And shout out to these mothers too.
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
Strong women, strong mothers taking the role of both parents, man. Ain't nothing like it, man, for sure.
Absolutely. So we moving on, man. On to bigger and better things, man.
Speaking of strong women.
Speaking of strong women, we would like to send a huge shout out to a person who's been doing a lot of things in the community, a lot of things, you know, with herself. Just positive vibe. I mean, I've been rolling with this positive vibe movement, and she's a person that you know, modifies that. It's a person who, you know, Instagram is totally positive, eating healthy, promoting people to eat healthy, get out, have fun, do
working
what you
out.
Do, you know what I mean? Follow your dreams and things like that. And that goes by the person by the name of Brandy Bennett. She is a good friend of mine. She's actually my fiance's best friend, and she's actually coming up being in a wedding for us here soon. So just you know, starting out, we will be just giving people shout outs that are doing extremely well, you know, either if it's in their profession, you know, in their life, and just kind of promoting that positivity. Brandy just recently launched, you know, her thing, and it's called Go Off Sis. And basically what that is, it's a lifestyle that specializes in the edification of women to go off in their dreams and aspirations, and to get them to the next level. You know, Brandy also mentioned that Go Off Sis focuses on the empowerment and achievements of women in all aspects of life. So I think that's very powerful to have someone who is very determined and dedicated to help not only black women, but women in general as a minority get to that next level and empower them. So if you want to go shout out, you know, Brandy B, follow her, Go Off Sis. On Facebook, Twitter at Go Off Sis LLC. You also can follow her at _dedicated _ on Instagram and Twitter. And then we're gonna give her a huge shout out, man. We appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing, making the world a better place.
Shout out to Brandy, man. Doing the thing, man. Queen, black queen, man. Keep grinding for sure.
Let's get it. Hey. Final 5, man. We are getting to it, man. That means this is the last 5 minutes of the show. I know y'all are enjoying it, so we gonna get to it, man. We are bringing back this or that.
Uh-oh.
As mentioned, you know, my co-host, he's gonna give me a scenario, this or that, and I gotta answer. Give a quick explanation, and then I'm gonna do the same thing. So, without further ado, we gonna hop right into it, and I'm gonna let my boy D-Nail kick it off.
Okay, man. We gonna start off real simple. I don't want to hurt your feelings. I don't want to do nothing too strong. So we gonna keep it all simple, man. For all my gamers around the world, there's a lot of gamers I know listening in. Xbox or PlayStation?
Xbox all day, every day.
Why is that?
Man, I feel like the graphics are better. I feel like Xbox all day. I can't even go into
That's
depth.
debatable, though.
It is debatable. I feel like I've had a PS2. I play on PS3, but I feel like Xbox One, I feel like they're doing a lot of crazy things now, and I just like the feel of the controllers, man. I feel like the PS controllers are shitty. Like I like a nice size remote control. You know what I mean? That can allow me to do what I do. Great graphics. So I'm rocking with the Xbox.
You know what I do? I have to agree with you, man. You know, I like my controllers like I like my women. Big and bulky. No, I'm just playing, man. Hell no. No, I'm just playing. What you got for me, though?
All right, now, when it comes to your woman.
Oh, shit.
Natural or weave?
I'm gonna go with natural, but I don't have nothing against the weave. Do what you got to do. If you need some extensions, if you need a little length, add a little length to your, a little fullness to your hair.
True.
So be it. At the end of the day, either way, it's your hair. Because if it's weave, you paid for it, so it's yours anyway. If it's natural, God gave it to you. So either way, it's yours.
Talk well. You know what I mean?
That boy talk well. So hey, do you, boo? That's what I'm saying. But hey, natural though. It's something about that natural look. You go outside, you come out that shower. You pick it out to that fro. You put a little spritz in there. You put that cocoa butter around your wrist. Put some of that Chanel on you. You know what I mean? You just smelling good. So I'm going with the natural, man.
Yeah, I like natural too, man. Shout out to the women, just going all natural and tapping in today natural side.
That's huge, man.
Did you like how I was talking like that? Yeah.
You did. Your voice did kind of switch it up a little bit. It did kind of slow it down a little bit.
Looking at
it, right. I'm gonna switch to the NBA right now. I know some of y'all, like to watch sports. And this dude gonna be biased right here for sure. But I'm keep it right there.
Here we go.
I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna do something different. Scottie Pippen.
Ooh.
Or Paul George.
Ooh.
Now he from Chicago, y'all. Remember that. Before you answer, he's from Chicago. Go.
Fucking Scottie Pippen.
Oh my God. I don't know.
First off, without question.
Why?
I'm talking about impact to the team. I'm talking about
he had Jordan.
He had Jordan, but he was definitely a significant piece.
Jordan got him to that point.
I'm not a statistician. I don't know the numbers, but I guarantee you his numbers were off the chain. He went to the Portland Trail Blazers, was killing it. I feel like obviously Jordan probably would have did it, on his own. But I feel like that just made it more of a cakewalk for Jordan because he had Pippen. People always say Jordan and Pippen, like that's like the dynamic duo. They damn near better than Shaq and Kobe.
Hell no, that's ass a 9. Ass a 10, ass a 11. Shout out to my boy Stephen A. Shaq and Kobe, the only thing that stopped them was themselves. If they never had any personal beef, they probably would have got 9 rings.
Hey, look, check this out, though. I guarantee you Penny Hardaway and Shaq would have been better than Kobe and Shaq.
They wasn't. They was together. They had a chance.
But shit happens.
What you mean shit happens?
Shit happens. They split up.
Hold on, are you saying Penny Hardaway better than Kobe?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the tandem. I'm saying the way that they meshed probably would have been better than Shaq and Kobe. They didn't just let it give it a time to evolve. On to the next. We're not gonna go there. On to the next. We gonna go. I'm gonna go back to food, man. I'm a foodie, man.
Go back to food.
All right, man. Ketchup or mustard?
Damn. Ketchup, easy.
Why not mustard?
Easy. Because ketchup goes on damn near, I ain't gonna say everything, but it goes on a lot more food than mustard. A lot more food than mustard. You got your hot dogs. You got your French fries, you got your fried potatoes, you got your burgers, you got your motherfucking some people, I don't do this. Some people put it on their plain Lays. My point is, you put it on like mustard good, on a White Castle burger or a brat, but you can't put mustard on a lot of things. So although it's good, man, I mess with the ketchup.
Damn. I mean, yeah, I kind of like ketchup because I like the sweet. Like taste of ketchup. Sweet. I don't really like. I mean, mustard is good, like on hot dogs, hamburgers, and stuff. It's a little bitter though, but I'm like a sweet type person. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Speaking of sweet stuff, I got one more for you before we go. One more.
Okay.
Speaking of sweet, so snacks. So like when I say snacks, I mean chips and stuff. I'm gonna say chips.
All right.
Chips or sweets.
Oh, come on now, bro.
Come on.
You knew me long enough.
Huh?
Hey. I can't live without the peach rings. I can't live without the zebra cakes. I can't live without the Skittles. I can't live without the sherbet.
Chubby folks.
And watch it now.
Chubby folks.
Hey, ain't nothing like some snacks. Like chips is cool.
Chips good as fuck, though.
I feel like with snacks though, snacks can just hit the spot. Like I got this little spot in my stomach that like if snacks don't hit, like it makes me mean, it makes me aggravated, it makes me sad. So I really be having to get like some sweets to kind of touch that spot to make me feel better. You know what I'm saying?
Man, ain't nothing like a bag of hot fries though. You bite them chips and they get stuck to the back of your tooth. You gotta make the noise right here. You know what I'm talking. Y'all know what I'm talking about, boy. Nah, I'm just playing with y'all, man.
Hey, man. Once again, man, I do appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. As mentioned, we are the Porch.
Yeah.
Hey, every Wednesday is going down again. Shout out to Brandy Bennett, man. Go off, sis. Make sure y'all go follow her, support her movement.
Go off.
Doing a lot of good things, man. We probably will be doing a women's segment next week, so I want y'all to tune in.
Stay tuned. It's gonna be a surprise though, man. We'll let y'all know more when we get closer, man.
Everything we've been talking about, man, but it's just gonna be from a woman's perspective. So that may be coming next on the dock. Hope y'all tune in. Please like, share, subscribe. I am your host, B. Jones, a.k.a. Bolo, and I'm kicking it with the coldest co-host in the world.
Like I said, it's your boy D-Nail, Big Smitty. Now time to be the city where I'm from. Follow me on Instagram at Darnell_Smith95. The Porch, we out.
Peace.